Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Racing Games channel. I am, of course, Mark, and we are here once again in F1 Manager 2023. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. All that good stuff. I can see myself on the preview, so that's good. It's always nice to be seen, at least, if not heard. I'm just going to wait for confirmation that we are indeed live and everything is good. And then we can get started. This is going to be a fun stream. We're going to be doing some racing. We're heading to Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, funny enough, over in Jeddah. Not the best place to be racing after what happened in the first race yesterday. But yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse. We could be going to Monaco instead. But yeah, what can you do? Anyway. Having a lot of fun in F1 Manager 2023. If you're looking to buy F1 Manager 2023 yourself, then please use the discount code F1MRG and follow the link in both the description and also pinned in the chat, and you can save 19% off the game. Thanks to our friends at the top of the screen there at Fanatical. Big thanks to them for supporting us, and a big thanks to you for supporting us as well. Can see in here. Awesome. Right. So, I've just been having a chat with our driver pairing here. We've got Kevin Magnussen and new boy Theo Pourchaire. I've just been talking to Kevin about the price of rear wings and front wings, because I don't think he quite realised in Bahrain how much these things cost. Very expensive. Very expensive. Speaking of car development, I did just now off camera do some new developments. We've got a new rear wing coming and a new underfloor coming. Both of which are going to be a little ways off, 24 days, so not in time for the next race. We should have the new side pods ready possibly for then. Possibly, maybe not. But the main thing right now is we need to make sure we've got enough of everything else to actually put on the car. So we definitely need a new chassis by the looks of things. Because we're running... Oh, we might already be developing a new chassis, actually. Let me check that first before I start talking about what we actually need. Car parts development manufacturer. So yeah, we've got new chassis, new suspension, which is good, because I think those are the two that we actually needed the most. Yes, awesome. God, it's almost like I knew and was ready for this. Excellent. Okie dokie. So yeah, we're good to go. Got the new driver in Pourchaire that we're going to try out. We're going to stick Pietro Fittipaldi in the car again for FP1. Just to make sure... Oh, new team hub as well. Excellent. Just to make sure that we are developing all three drivers. Speaking of, I don't think I actually put a development focus on Pourchaire. I did not. What shall we make him focus on? Race strategy is a good one. Especially overtaking. Definitely needs work. Wheel to wheel. Could be a good one. Smoothness and reactions aren't terrible. Braking and control. I think race strategy is probably going to be the best one for him. Which I think is what we have for Magnussen as well. Yeah. So Magnussen, I'm tempted to switch to wheel. Especially when it comes to defending. Because we need someone who can actually defend. I feel like a football team when I say that. But yeah, we need someone who can defend. Because the overtakes were ridiculous last time out. The new side pods are designed. So now we need to start manufacturing them. No manufacture slots available. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? Okay. More sponsorship obligations. Driver media appearance. That's gone up. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be a negative effect by accepting that, so we'll go ahead and do it. Right, performance targets then. So... do we have any? I'm not seeing any. Interesting. In that case, I'm just going to skip that. Here we go then. Off to Jeddah. So we're going to try and do 2 races today, if we can. We should have time. We're going to be streaming for a couple of hours. Hopefully you've all enjoyed watching FP1. It got a little bit wet, but you know, that is Spa. But we're gonna do Jeddah here, and then it's Australia next, isn't it? I believe, and then that should line us up nicely for FP2, or it's not FP2, it's quali today, isn't it? So that lines us up perfectly for quali. So we can all go ahead and watch that, and watch Max, no doubt, put it on pole again. does get a little bit repetitive after a while, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm going to put Pietro and Porcher in the car for FP1 when the game loads. Again, it's a hardware thing. I definitely need to upgrade my hardware.
We're here in Jeddah, where
there
the tension is boiling as we head
no
into
offense,
the
Crofty.
Saudi Arabian
Not interested. Not today. Been listening to you for the last hour. Okay. So, qualifying position. We have objectives now. 12th. We need to get at least one driver in the top 12. That's doable. Hold the fastest lap for the race session. That's not doable. And one car in the top 14, which we did achieve last time. I think we started 11th with Magnussen, so that should be doable. Hello Ryan, thank you. It's always nice to get good feedback like that. Ah yes, setup. Now I wrote our setup guide this morning over on RacingGames.gg. I think it's been published by now, so I should know what I'm doing now. It's basically a case of slap some good tyres on. Now my trick here, which I didn't include in our write-up, was to try and get these as close to the centre as possible for each one. And then that gives you a sort of good guide as to which way you need to go if things aren't quite working. So for example, this side here might come down and then you know that you need to move it to the left. So I think this is a good one. Although saying that, we are swapping you out. So hopefully that doesn't affect the setup. No, I think that's all fine. Right, Teo, welcome to the team. I don't know where you got the impression that you were going to be driving for Ferrari. I said we use a Ferrari engine. I didn't say we were Ferrari. Nothing's in the contract. You're bound for life. Anyway. So we're going to try and, again, get these off the default, but still as close to the centre as possible. And again, that gives you a good guide as to where to go. Run plan, 15 laps is fine. I believe we're on the hard tyres already. So we're good. We can hit the track. We will manage P1. If we get a decent setup in P1, then we can sim P2 and P3. Let's get Pietro to give Teo a tow.
Green light.
I should capture some screenshots of this as I'm playing as well. But there we go, that's a good one. Just, you know, for thumbnails and things like that. Here we go then.
Good for me too.
So we'll watch Teo's first lap. We'll watch his out lap on this ride along, and then we'll switch to visor cam for his first proper lap. Let me just move some stuff on my desk as well so I can actually comfortably lean. There we go. Much better. Here we go then. So Jeddah. There's been some changes to Jeddah for this year, mainly moving barriers out from the edge of the track. As you see here, it's right alongside the edge. This bit is not too big an issue, but some of these blind corners, they have moved them back a little bit, both on the inside and outside of the track. I believe as much of the changes as possible have been implemented in the game. I can't say for certain. I know there are some tracks that haven't been changed for this year, for various reasons. But yeah, track's looking good. The game is looking really, really good this year. They've done an excellent job, Frontier. They always have a knack of making things look good. Very, very much so. Here we go. Here we go then. Coming up to the final corner, down the DRS. I don't know why they need the DRS open on the outlap, but they have. So switch to the sick cam now. As we come around the final corner. Again, every time they sort of turn their head like that, I think they've crashed. Yeah, here we go. Teo Porcher's first lap that means something in a Haas. Coming up to turn 1. Nicely clipping the apex there. Turn 2. Not following the Verstappen line of just cutting the corner completely. It's always good to see. Coming up to the scary bit of the track now, where it's the fast sweeping corners with barriers literally either side. Look at that. This is one of the areas, I believe, where they have moved the barriers back a little bit. We remember the first race in 21, where there was that huge pile-up after the safety car because they just couldn't see that cars had stopped on the track in front of them. Down the back straight-ish now. little bit of a chicane there. I feel like that's Monaco inspired, that section. Now the sweeps again. And then we come up to my least favourite part of the track. This left-right section here that goes under the bridge. Never get the braking zone right on that one. And then the fun bit, the DRS zone, which takes us into the bit of the track that has probably changed the most actually. The barrier here has moved a lot over the last 3 races in Jeddah. And then to the section here where, was it Stroll beat Bottas to the line, or was that in Canada? That was in Canada, wasn't it? Was it Ocon beat Bottas to the line here this year? Someone beat someone to the line here this year. And it was very, very exciting. Second and third then. Pocher second. Fittipaldi third. Not far off Albon, but reality is going to set in very quickly here. There we go. Perez crosses the line and suddenly we're nearly 2 seconds off the pace. Although we are still faster than Bottas. Make of that what you will. Perez has now gone even faster. And we're starting to drop like stones. It's just one of those things really, isn't it? So how's everyone doing then? Looking forward to a good race weekend, hopefully. Although, again, it's Spa, so anything can happen. Oh, Pocher's up in 8th right now. That's not bad. And only 1.6 off the pace. There are still drivers who haven't set times yet, but that's still, you know, that's not to be sniffed at. We're almost done with Fittipaldi here. Pocher a little bit slow on feedback. So that's something we might have to develop with him as well. We don't want to take the whole of practice sessions to get good feedback.
How does the car feel?
It's a little bit unsettling.
Uh-oh.
Copy that.
That's not what I want to hear. You're supposed to be happy, Pietro. You're supposed to love the car no matter what. Oh, okay. No, I can see why you don't like the car very much. Okay, so work to be done. So immediately, we know that we can move some of these around and get the desired result. So we know now that oversteer needs to move to the right, braking stability to the left. Seems to be a right, left thing here, but again, we can do that quite easily. There we go. Now we're within optimum range again for pretty much everything. So we'll keep you on the same tyres. We'll put you on another 15 laps. And when you're ready, we'll get you back out there. Pocher should be ready soon. Hopefully by the time Pocher's ready. Oh, there we go.
Everything okay on the car?
Now he's struggling as well.
Yep, understood.
Both of you, you're supposed to like the car no matter what. How bad is it for you then? Yeah, again, a long way off. So here we can make some pretty drastic changes as well. So we don't want to max out the front wing. We do want to leave some things to other aspects of the car. There we go. And then if we move this one, and then we can do a little bit more fine adjustment here. Same thing, 15 laps on the hards. At this point it's all about gathering data, so I'm not too fussed about, you know, order or anything like that. We'll just send them out when they're ready. Out goes Enzo. Not Enzo. Keep saying Enzo. Pietro. Where is Enzo's in? Is he in the Red Bull program now? One of the Fittipaldis. I'm pretty sure it's Enzo. Wait, Enzo's their grandfather, isn't he? Oh, man. Can you tell that I try to know lots about F1, but don't always? Who's the other? No, Emerson is the famous Fittipaldi. Pretty sure Enzo's the grandson. Anyway, it doesn't matter. One of them's in the Red Bull program. Trying to make conversation. The other one is currently our reserve driver. So we're 15th and 16th right now, which isn't terrible. Especially considering the setup was not ideal for either of them. The fact that we're even putting in half-decent laps like that, you know, it can't be that bad. Any green sectors? Not yet. Pietro's nearly ready to come back in anyway. There he is.
How does the car feel?
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, that's better. Where is he? There he is. So it was 4% before. Now we're up to 77. Still work to be done, but it's way better. So we can scooch that one a little bit, and then maybe scooch this one a little bit. Could we afford to scooch that one a little bit? Yes, we can. These two have moved the most. These three are pretty much exactly where they were, which is excellent. Do we need to change your tyres? I think you've got enough in them to get the run. Where are we at with Teo? He's working on it. He's working on it. Definitely need to work on his feedback. We'll have a look at his engineer as well and see what his rating is.
How's the balance?
Feels good.
Okay, he's happy.
Okay.
Oh, he's happier. Where are we at with you then? 79. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So again, we can make minor modifications. To this. I think I've just put that back exactly where it was, which is not what I meant to do. I want to do something a bit like this. And then for traction, let's move the anti-roll a scooch, and then we can move this back. There we go. That just moves things a little bit more. We can confirm that. And we don't really have time to send you out, but I'm going to do it anyway. Even if it's just for a couple of laps. And then I think we're in a position where we can sim FP2 and FP3 and head straight into quali. Hopefully, they'll both have good confidence in the car. We can do a little bit of watching here. Where's Pietro? Right on board. Just so we're not completely speed running this. He's not clipping the apex as much as I thought he would be, actually. But then again, Jeddah's one of the tracks I know the least. So, yeah, one thing's for sure, we're definitely not getting any rain right now. Alright, let's speed up. Let's get through this. Practice is always... FP1 can be fun in real life when the drivers are trying to get to grips with the car, quite literally in some cases. Once you get into FP2 and FP3 though, it does become a little bit of a snooze fest. Unless it rains, then it becomes interesting again. Alright, coming up to the end of the session. And... there we go.
Okay, checkered flag.
He only got one on it. Yeah, we definitely need to work on that. Definitely. Because that is slow. So here we go then. We were 15th and 17th, which isn't all that bad, actually. That's not all that bad. We finished above Sergeant De Vries and Piastri, and also Zhou. So, can't be too upset with that. We got pretty good... well, we don't know for sure where we're at with these right now. But, yeah, not bad. Driver development for Pietro is full. Excellent. Car parts knowledge is rising. For Teo, that's actually pretty good. 91. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy. Let's continue then. So we're going to put Kevin back in the car. But we are going to skip P2 and P3. And hopefully it doesn't cost us. Oh, 9th and 12th. Wow. And Teo is in 9th. Interesting. 85 and 86. Also good. I can't be unhappy with that. Starting confidence. That's excellent for Teo. Not bad for Kevin. Yeah. There's not much to say about that, to be honest. I'm pretty happy.
Let's find out.
I didn't see what the times were for the third practice there, actually. Let's there you go. So P2 was 10th and 12th, and then P3 was 9th and 12th. Okay. So I think we're ready to just go out and see what we can do. I don't think there's much worth changing here now. Although straights here, we know where that needs to go to be perfect. Could we achieve that with... No. I think only wings affect straights, right? So we could do that. But then we kind of have to move everything else to get it back where it needs to be. Which we could... Do you know what? I think for Kevin, just to get this back in the blue, we'll do this. Run plan, 1 lap is fine. We'll have a look at you as well. You're basically there. You're basically there. If I did that, that does move it back as well. Okay. Bit of a risk doing little changes like that right at the start of quali, but I think that is the way to go. So, let's do it.
Green light.
Here we go then. Let's go out early. We'll send Horchair out ahead of Magnussen. There they go. And out on the track. How's the stream looking for everyone? Is it smooth?
Push.
Copy.
I'm getting warnings, but it doesn't look bad on my
Get
screen.
everything as you want it to be for the start of the lap. Copy.
Alright, we're definitely going to ride on board with Magnussen. And it's definitely going to be visor cam, because that's the one everyone likes. Here we go then. Up to the start line with Kevin. And the clock is ticking. Bit Kirby there. Can you give him tactics in quali? You can actually tell him to stay off curbs, but yeah, we don't need to worry too much about that. Nice line through there. Just ride the curb on the right, clip the curb on the left. Around the corner here. Onto the back section of the track. Don't know who that is in front of us, but they look a little bit slow. Thoughts on the visor cam? I like it. I am someone who suffers with motion sickness usually, but I do just about manage with the visor cam. Sometimes it gets a little bit trippy, but it's such a cool feature to add to the game. Who is that? It's an AlphaTauri going slow. We've got a McLaren going slow. Get out of the way. Yeah, visor cam's awesome. I love the fact that, you know, different tracks have different coloured visors as well. So right now we're racing at night, so you've got the night vision-ish visor, like the green tint to it. But if you're racing in the day, then you'll have a different kind of visor on the front of the helmet. So the track just looks different. It's really cool. It's little details like that just make it really cool. What do you lot think about the visor cam? I know it's been very, very popular since it was announced.
Stay negative on the delta. Mode in.
How are we doing? 3rd and 4th right now, but we are one of only a few. Oh no, we have actually. We'll speed up a little bit. We'll wait for the track to sort of calm down a little bit. We'll stick on some new softs. Same setup. I assume this is all, yeah, 96. Look at that. And you're 89. So we didn't improve you too much. And we can't improve any more now because we have actually left Parc Ferme. We'll give you some new softs as well. Alright, Kevin out first this time. Then Horchair. Grip's good. Rubber levels are good. Should get some good good deltas here. We'll use the trackside cameras here to watch Teo this time. Makes the game feel more immersive. Definitely. This is one of the most immersive racing games out there right now.
You are good to go.
You know, sitting behind the wheel That's immersion
Good
of a
gap
different
ahead.
kind. But just in terms of like being a fan trackside watching the action, this is by far the most immersive game of its kind. And we've said this a few times in reviews and things like that. We would have been happy with hitting the microphone, sorry. We'd have been happy with this during races. We'd have been happy with this view where we can just see the cars going around. A bit like Motorsport Manager. You see the cars going around, but you don't really get up close and personal. But to have this as an option, this is fantastic. And I know there's people who've complained about the animations and the graphics and things like that, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't claim to be perfect. This is literally just a representation of Formula One. And, you know, with the audio and the visual and little details like the radio and now visor cam as well, it really does add to it and just creates this amazing experience. That's going to slow down Pourchaire for sure, that Alpine there, whoever that was. Magnussen's not improving. I don't know if we're in trouble here. Pourchaire's still, yeah, yellow second sector, but still green first. Kevin's still slow. DRS open, get that Williams out the way. He is racing us there. That's how rude. Around the final corner. If we have a green third sector, that could help. It's all going to come down to the final runs.
P11. Mode in, please. Mode in. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, I don't think either of them
You're in P10.
improved. Pourchaire might have improved a little bit.
Press in button, and we will box now.
I wouldn't say either of them improved that much. So here's the plan. We're going to reconfigure. We're going to go for another new set of softs. No point changing anything here because we can't. We can tweak the front wing, but that's not going to change anything. That's really good, by the way. Again, I wrote the setup guide on the website, so feel free to follow my awesome advice because clearly I know what I'm doing here. We'll go for... yeah, we'll go for a new set of softs because I doubt we're going to need 3 sets of softs in the race anyway, and I know we have to give some back at the end of the session, but still. I've sent them out in the wrong order, but it's best to go out on track when everyone else is going out on track, and then hopefully we don't get held up, we don't fall out of sequence. So we're right behind Russell. Here we go then, let's follow Kevin. Can you let that AlphaTauri through? He must already be on a fast lap, otherwise that's annoying. We are actually racing him, which is weird. I think he's let us through now. We better have, otherwise he's about to get hit. So right now, do you reckon Lando and Oscar could go faster? I think they... I don't know actually, because this is based on how the teams were at the start of the season. So we know how fast McLaren were at the start. Otherwise, what's the likelihood that we might actually get both drivers through? Could be pretty high. I like the idea of having a driver academy, yeah. I think that would be a neat idea. That could well be something that they'll focus on for next year. Even if it's not an actual Team HQ thing, but something where you can just go out and sign, say, 2 extra drivers and have them as your academy. That could be cool. And you can have an academy driver that doubles as a reserve driver as well. Frontier, if you're listening, you know, just some thoughts there for you. Not telling you how to do your jobs or anything, because this game is fantastic, but... yeah. We're not improving. We are going to have to rely on other drivers not improving as well. Which is a shame, because the track's in good condition for going faster, but we're just not doing it right now. Get that Alpine out of the way. There's always an Alpine. Everywhere you go, there's an Alpine just bang in front of you. Yeah, didn't improve. Neither of them.
P11. Mode in,
Slower for
please.
both.
Mode in.
That's actually very disappointing. We're just going to have to hope now.
We are in P10. Let's press in button.
Who's coming round? Lando's coming round. Now. We dropped 1. I think we're safe. Yeah, 11th and 12th. Okay, that was unexpected. So it's De Vries, Zhou, Sargent, Piastri, Tsunoda who fell out. And surprisingly, we're still in it. But it doesn't matter what you do in quali, it's what you do in the race. And as we proved yesterday, a good quali does not necessarily equate to a good race. Just keep things as they are. Sure thing. We'll manage Q2. We'll send out Teo first this time. We'll do it right. There we go. Get them round. Problem now is if you go out too early, you get stuck behind all the slow cars.
Track should be clear. Good to go, good to go.
Right now we should be okay. It very much depends where we meet the cars ahead. I don't know who that is. Oh, that'd be... Yeah, just realised who we were riding on board with. That's poor chair in front. I was like, who's that out on track already? Oh yeah, it's the guy I told to go out on track. He's fighting with whoever that is. Maybe a Ferrari, could be an Alpha. Just need to see some green sectors. And to be honest, if Porcher wants to fight with them in front, that's fine, as long as it doesn't get in our way. That looks like a Ferrari to me. Needs to get out. No, that is an Alpha. Never mind. I saw the black at the last second there. He got out of the way. That's fine. Porcher currently with a purple first sector. That's a Ferrari. Again, got out of the way. Nice. Ooh. Try not to hit the wall there, Kevin, if you can help it. We had a chat, remember? We had a chat about front wings. And how we need to save money. And speaking of saving money, worst segue ever into a sponsor, I know, but you can save up to 19% off F1 Manager 2023 by using the code F1MRG and by using the link that's in the description and also pinned in the chat. 19% is definitely not to be sniffed at, so do feel free to check that out. And a big thanks to Fanatical for making it happen. Final corner then. Porcher still got a purple second. Kevin's not beating him, which is interesting. We've lost the first sector, which you'd expect because everyone's out on track now, but yeah. Teo's actually kept the purple second. Kevin snatched the third off him. That's a good lap. 129.4. Let's see how that adds up with everyone else.
You are currently
Perez.
P2.
Perez be Perez at the end of the day, doesn't he?
Excellent lap, Kev. Mode in, please. Mode in.
Here we go then. Back to the garage. Strap on some new softs. Same run plan. That's all fine. We've actually run out of new soft tyres here. But these are all got similar usage. So we'll just pretend these are scrubbed and strap them on. I think we're going to keep sending Teo out first now. How's busy the track? Let's go for another run now. You could do another visor cam if you want. Again, everyone loves visor cam. It just makes sense. There's the weaving. Weaving with the visor cam. That's where I don't like it.
That's a big gaggle ahead.
Do F2 drivers still have generic helmets? Unfortunately, yes. I think it's a step too far right now to scan everyone. So there's no F2 drivers, no F3 drivers. I believe reserve drivers may have been scanned for this year. But again, that's me speculating rather than confirmed fact. I'm assuming Ricardo will be scanned still from last year. His appearance hasn't changed a huge amount since then. Can we get into Q3, do you reckon? 8th and 9th at the moment. Hamilton's behind us. That's odd. I think we still need to put in some good sectors here. We just need some greens. There's a green for Teo. There's a green for Kevin. Excellent. We are improving. That's what we like to see. Actual improvement. Excuse me. The world's loudest drinker. We get some green second sectors as well. It would be cool. They might actually be on there. I'm trying to see. I think the green dots maybe. Maybe not. And I think those are DRS detection points. It would be cool if the sector lines were on the map. I'm not seeing them. But we got two greens again. You seem to have gone out in some clean air. Ricardo's the same. Okay, cool. I imagine it's something like a database that they'll add to over the years. So if drivers have a radical change in appearance, they might get rescanned, but for the most part, I imagine their 2022 scans will be reused for this year and just enhanced.
Okay, and we will box now. Box.
8th
Just
and
watch
10th.
the FIA weighbridge lights.
Teo
Watch the
might be in
weighbridge
trouble.
lights.
Kevin might be alright. If we can swing round and get out again quick.
P8. And mode in, please. Mode in.
We're going to have the likes of Hamilton going out again. Let's fit those tyres. And for you, we'll fit those tyres. Which is not good. Again, everyone in the chat, let me know if the stream is stable. It seems to be alright for me, but there are times I'll keep getting warning things coming up on my screen and it buffers from time to time, but that could just be my preview. If the stream is struggling for whatever reason, do feel free to let me know. It's always appreciated. Alright, come on, green times. Teo's got clean air in front of him. He's gone green. Kevin, no, but that Ferrari, I think, slowed us right down on the pit straight.
Checkered flag.
Nice checkered flag. So Norris is out. I can't see Hamilton going out now. Surely not. Even if Pourchaire went out now, as long as no one goes ahead of him, we still have met the objective of 12th and above. If we can get Kevin through to Q3, that in itself is a massive, massive achievement. I think it was... we went out in Q2 yesterday. Teo's gone green again. Kevin has now gone green. Oh, that noise of going over the curb. I think that's new this year as well. That's a big improvement. I almost felt the rumbles then as well. That's incredible. 11th and 10th. Did we not improve at all? Or did we just cut down? Actually, we know we did cut down. We're less... well, we're almost a second off Perez. So I think we improved, but not enough to actually go up a place. Unless Albon puts in a spectacular lap now, we have got Magnussen through to Q3, and we have got Teo into the top 12. Even if Albon does improve massively, we've still got Teo in the top 12. I'm not complaining about that, actually. That's not bad. Also, I'm pretty certain in FP1, Teo Pourchaire actually had radio messages, and I don't think F2 and F3 drivers had radio messages last year, did they? Or was it just a generic voice? Can anyone confirm if that's actually Pourchaire's voice? Yeah, Kevin's through. And Pourchaire only just out. Only just. So close. Within a tenth of a second. That's good. That is massive improvement compared to yesterday. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, we raced in Bahrain, and let's just say neither of our drivers finished. Feel free to check out the stream afterwards to see the full story. But it was entertaining, shall we say. It was an entertaining time. Right, I might start on the old softs first. And we'll go for 2 flying laps with a cool down in between. Yeah, and then we'll do a proper quali after. We might as well have some fun while we're here. Some drivers had radio. So I know last year I had Logan Sargent at Williams, and his was just a generic voice actor that they had. Alright, who are we behind? I feel like it's Verstappen. I like a Red Bull. It's hard because it's PER and VER for the Red Bull, so you just see ER and you don't know who it is. Who wants a bit more visor cam action then as we come up to the final corner here? There we go. Get a proper look. We're right in the middle of the pack as well. So we should get a good idea as to who's faster than us and who's slower than us. If we can keep up with that Red Bull in front, then that's a very, very good sign, isn't it? I feel like we won't be able to keep... In fact, I feel like the Red Bull's already gone. I feel like it's just... Oh no, he is still there. Looks more like a McLaren from the back. I don't think there's any orange on a Red Bull, and yet when you see it fast, the red and the yellow kind of blend together, and from certain angles it does look like the rear end of a McLaren. Here we go, up to the hairpin here. Then onto the sweeping. Green sector 1. Magnussen, nice stuff. I'll take starting in 10. If we can get any higher than that, then fair enough, but I will take starting in 10. I didn't think they were F2 drivers on the radio messages. I thought it was just generic voice actors. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty certain someone confirmed last year that it wasn't Logan Sargent that we were listening to. It was just a generic American accent. This year, of course, he's in F1, so it is his voice. But it's the weird thing, it will probably be taken from F2 radio messages. So maybe when they're doing that, they have actually gone through and taken some of the other drivers as well. That would make sense. It'd be weird if they didn't do that. Green second sector as well for Kevin as he comes down the end here. He's actually not far behind. 9/10 of Perez. That's actually alright. That's alright. Still 9/10 off Perez. Yeah, we're slower than Sainz, but that was always going to happen. I think Kevin's going to do a slowdown lap now, and then he'll go for another one. Here he goes. If we can get faster than that. That's also 9/10 slower on a loaded car. Had an extra lap's worth of fuel, for extra 2 laps of fuel. So if he can go faster now, that would be excellent. Around the slow left-hander, around the slow right-hander. This is always the scary bit for me. I wince when I watch this. Yeah, they get so close. And the speeds here are ridiculous. Jeddah is the fastest street circuit in the world. And boy... Yeah, I mean, the hairpins are a little less dangerous. But this section here as well, you've got to hit that braking zone. And there's a little bit of downhill there too, which makes it tricky. And then it's around here somewhere where Mick had his accident. You can easily lose the back end on these switchbacks. And then you get to this section, which I just hate, because that guitar board on the right has my name on it. Get out the way, Ferrari. Get out the way, Ferrari. Thank you. Yellow first, green second. We could improve here. We're within a second of pole. We're not getting pole, but we're within a second of pole. We can get a green third, not quite. Don't think we actually improved there.
So
I don't think we actually improved.
Please, Kev, mode in. Copy that.
But we've got time. Refuel the car. We'll go for a 1 lapper this time, so we don't need to worry about cool down laps. We're going to strap on the new tyres as well, because we did those laps on old tyres. Don't forget. Why can't I send you out? That. That. There we go. That might have messed up the... Oh no, we're in the middle of the pack. That's actually okay. Here we go then. Come on, Kev. Now or never. Let's do this. Rear wing open. We need to watch the Flying Dane here. Round turn 1. That didn't look like a good line through there, actually. I don't know if that's compromised him a little bit. How's his confidence? He must be flying right now. Literally flying. I don't know where we can see that at this moment in time, because it's all about the deltas right now.
Okay, Kev, that's the checkered flag.
Not faster. New tyres, half as much fuel, and he hasn't improved. Interesting. Very interesting. Still got some work to do to save Haas, but you can save 19% off F1 Manager 2023. I'm going to get... Yeah, the segues are going to get worse as the stream goes on, but you can save 19% off the price of F1 Manager 2023 by using the code F1MRG and using the link that's both in the description and pinned in the chat. In fact, I will post it again for those who have just joined. There you go. Paste it in the chat. If you follow that link and use the code that's listed there as well, you can save 19% off the price of F1 Manager 2023. Thanks to our friends up there at Fanatical. Big thanks to them. And a big thanks to you for watching as well. And just as I say that, Magnussen has in fact improved. He's jumped Ocon, he's jumped Russell. At best, we're starting 8th. At worst, there we go, we're dropping to 9th. George, you're not supposed to do that. But that's still pretty good. 9th. I'll take 9th. 9th and 11th. That's pretty good. If we can get a good start, not get bogged down like Zhou did in Hungary last weekend, then I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. Alright, I'm going to skip Crofty. There we go. Righty-ho then. So, sponsors should be happy. Qualifying position, yes. And the qualifying position streak, they're also happy with that. Fastest, I don't know how, unless we get a safety car, I don't know how we're going to get fastest. What's this for? I changed parts, changed engines and stuff, but I did that way before the race. I don't know what we've been penalised for there, that's annoying. Huh. Okay, well let's pretend that didn't happen. And we'll talk about strategy. So it looks like a one-stopper is the path of the course here. I think really it should be medium-hard for one and hard-medium for the other. I like the idea of going longer with Kevin. I do like that. Maybe we can boost him on the second stint. Like so. And then for Teo here, we'll start him on the... we'll do something like that. So an A and a C. Magnussen got a penalty, 5-second penalty in the last race, but I don't think he got a grid penalty. So I did change, I think it was an engine for one and a gearbox for another, but it was within the allocation and it was like 2 or 3 days before the race. So I don't know what's triggered that. I don't know if it tells me somewhere and I'm just being blind to it. Even here, I don't think there's anything... There's nothing next to them to say grid penalty. Soft medium, do you reckon? Yeah, grid penalties, I know. Soft medium. What, so here start on the soft and then switch to the medium? Is this for Magnussen or for Pourchaire? I feel like the risk should always be on the second driver, which would be Pourchaire in this case. I like the idea of starting on hards and trying to go long, but then if we have an early safety car, obviously that gets compromised. At that point, you might as well switch to the mediums and then even try some softs. Yeah, let me know if you, which driver you want, because we can't have both of them on the same strategy, because that'll get a bit complicated. Let's take a look at that, though, as an option. Let's say we switched a little bit further into the race. That could actually work. That could work for Pourchaire. Maybe then for Magnussen we do the opposite. We start on mediums and we switch to softs. So let's do that as a new strategy. Now I think for Magnussen I think we'll play it safe. We'll go with this. For Pourchaire though we'll try the soft medium. I think this is a pretty good plan. Pourchaire's starting behind anyway, so if he can make up some places on the softs, then that's great. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, game. Just has to think about it for a bit. Again, hardware.
The
I
drivers
definitely need
are
an
lined
upgrade.
up on the grid here at the Jeddah.
New everything.
We're now moments
Here we
away
go then.
from this. The
So we're
Saudi
both
Arabian Grand
right the way
Prix.
down here now. Was it 16th and 18th? I think it said we were starting
And
in.
it's lights out, and
Unbelievable.
away we go.
14th and 16th. That's where we were starting. Just right on board with Kevin then. So let's look at our tactics. High and always defend.
You can do this.
Magnussen's already lost a place. Go high, always defend, but don't fight your teammates.
Let's give it a go.
I also need to use that. We might as well leave it on that actually, because I don't care about lap times right now, and we'll use that.
Plenty of K1 available when you need it.
Okay. It's right on board with Teo, because
Okay,
he's right
upper
behind
mode push.
Magnussen. We could have put some extra fuel in and tried to push that way as well, but I feel like this is okay. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to turn that off. This is a massive risk, but I'm going to let them race. If Porsche can catch Magnussen and has more pace, who are we to hold him up? We might as well let him go. Right now, you're not to fight. I'm pretty sure Magnussen just hit the barrier there as well, but never mind. He did actually hit something. He hit something.
Let's
What
take a
on
look at the
earth
replay.
are you doing,
But
Magnussen?
here, this was happening at turn 22.
I thought it was a graphics glitch, but he actually clipped the barrier.
He flies into that crash, and that won't do the car any good at all.
Now he's lost like 3 places on that one corner.
And for
Okay,
the
Mag.
crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
Yep, that's the next stream's thumbnail taken care of.
Sure, there is
What have you done? Let's ignore that for a second. What have you actually broken? Front wing, minor damage, and suspension, minor damage. I think we can probably keep you out for now. And just ignore you. And that's basically what you get.
We'll get back in this
Piastri's
fight.
got past Porsche, but we'll have DRS soon. Did he actually crash letting him through? That's so annoying. There's times and places to do it, and that's definitely not it. And now all the faster cars are coming through. There goes Zhou. Sargent's catching. It has to be, like, if we go a bit more... Oh, we can't do anything with the tyres. We're limited on tyres.
Okay to push.
I guess deploy
We need a back off.
is where we can make up some ground.
Let's use that K1.
Mode push.
Try and catch up again. There's definitely something I'm missing here still with getting the drivers to race.
Remember, long way to go in this race.
Afternoon, Kieran. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, whether it's really good or really calamitous, whatever, feel free to hit the like button, share the content as well. It always helps us out. We always appreciate it. And remember that you can use the discount code F1MRG and the link that's both in the description and pinned in the chat. And you can save 19% when you purchase F1 Manager 2023. Thanks to our friends right at the top there in Fanatical.
DRS is enabled for reference.
Theirs is enabled. Here comes the angry Teo. That's new as well. You saw there Magnussen's engineer was giving him updates on who was ahead. We didn't have that last year, whereas we do now. Here's De Vries, and he's actually catching Magnussen, so we might watch Kevin for a bit. AI push tyres instead of faster. That would make sense, actually, yeah. Whereas going for the one-stopper, sometimes the AI do still manage to sneak in ahead of you when you go for what you think is a good strategy. That kind of happened to us in Bahrain yesterday as well with Hulkenberg before he crashed. And I lost all my patience with him. Very harsh, I know, but yeah, he was abysmal. One race is all it takes sometimes to know that your drivers just aren't working out. So Magnussen's got excessive tyre wear. I guess the crash didn't help, but compared to Pourchaire, there's quite a lot of tyre wear. Let's just stick that back on neutral for a bit. You're okay for now. Let's have a look at tyres. So, we're the only one who started on hards. Most people started on medium. Well, what would you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on softs. So that's what, 10 on mediums. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And in terms of Deg, worst out there right now is Piastri. But it's pretty damn close. We're just losing places now. Pourchaire and Sargent fighting. Kevin could potentially get past De Vries here. It is close. This isn't an annoyance with the game, by the way. This is kind of an annoyance with F1 in general. The fact that they get so close, and these cars are designed to race behind each other a lot better now. But it just like pulls out of the fight a little too early for my liking. It's also in better conditions. The AI do push. I guess because AI is AI, isn't it? It's controlled by numbers, so they could easily just flick back and forth between push and don't push according to what the temperature is. Whereas us, you've got a human reaction. You've got to actually spot it and then react to it, which isn't always as easy as it sounds. Believe it or not. I'm terrible for noticing when the tyres have overheated. I have to wait for the radio message more often than not. Alright, Magnussen's getting... I didn't actually know that was a DRS zone there. Huh. Yeah, he's got to get a good slipstream. Oh, we've run out of...
Copy.
That was dumb. He went very quickly there.
Charge on.
So we're right up behind De Vries. 2 tenths now. It's going to be about 5 by the time we come out the corner here, sure enough. But De Vries is pulling around Sargent. Who's that right in front? That's Pourchaire right in front as well. So again, not this time. But those two are fighting each other. Those two could potentially collide if they're not careful. Meanwhile, we're right behind waiting to capitalise. This could be an interesting race still. This could be an interesting race. We'll stick you back on neutral.
Charge
I'll go to
off.
the top-down view for a bit. Magnussen's ahead of Sargent now, but Pourchaire's behind De Vries. So once again, it's what do we do with our teammates? Magnussen now fighting Sargent. Let's have a look at Deg again. What's the likelihood that they're going to switch to hards versus mediums? That's a good question. They could go hards, in which case mediums would be faster. That's a tricky one. We're just going to leave them for now. Wait till they start pitting. We'll see what they do. Magnussen is still battling with Sargent. There's a gap opening now between Magnussen and Pourchaire. There's also a pretty sizable gap between Pourchaire and De Vries. It's an interesting one, this. I'm going to keep a very close eye on what Kevin's doing. Because this is how collisions happen. You keep fighting for too long. How's your confidence? Yeah, your confidence is atrocious right now. Pourchaire's is okay. Magnussen, though, what happened last time is just confidence. Magnussen crashed out first. Hulkenberg's confidence went through the floor and then he crashed out as well. They're just toing and froing right now. Just toing and froing. Pourchaire's up to 17th now. Is that Piastri is stopped? No, he hasn't. Oh, just done it on merit. Fair enough. I'm really worried about Magnussen crashing. How do we tell him to chill? Just calm down, Kevin. It's okay. He's doing alright though. He sort of loses ground and then he gains again. We could maybe cook the tyres a little bit. Where's your pit window? Yours might be a little bit sooner now, but it's still a ways away. We are coming up to poor chairs. I don't think we pit him early. Anyone else pitted yet? No. Tyre-wise, though, yeah, we've got some coming in for stops soon, surely. Sonoda, Leclerc, Perez, they must be due to stop soon. Piastri, even. So Piastri's toing and throwing with poor chair. Magnussen, no, he's still got Sargent right behind him. Almost at the strategy window for poor chair. We'll wait for it to be prompted. And then we'll pit him. Magnussen's back to last, but that's fine. Do we change Magnussen's front wing when we stop? You don't actually need to defend right now. To be honest, you don't really need to defend at all. Because if you get overtaken... That's a good point though. Thank you for that. If you have defense and attack aggression on, they lose confidence when they fail. That is a good point. And we have got poor chair right in front of Magnussen now. And Sargent's right there too. So we're switching to mediums. We're not changing driving strategy or anything. Leclerc's pitted. What was he on prior? He was on softs, wasn't he? So we'll see what he comes. If he comes out on hards, I think he's going to come out on mediums though. Yeah. So it is the one stopper for sure. Maybe we made a mistake with Magnussen then, although we are switching to mediums. Could we put you on softs instead? Possibly. But we need to change his front wing anyway, and that's where we're going to lose places. So, you, my friend, you're switching to mediums. We're not changing anything else. Pit this lap. Let's go.
Box now.
Copy, box.
I'm debating putting Magnussen on softs. Poor chair's last. Magnussen's made up some places. Let's have a look. Edit strategy. Let's say we went onto softs. We turned that off. If we come in a few laps later, that's a plausible strategy. I think we do that. I think we do that. Assuming we have a new set of softs, actually. I'll check that. Where do I check that? I think the only way I can check that is to actually try and call him in. You're fine. Yeah. Back to it. So you don't have new softs. But you should be able to pit on those and come out fine. And we'll change your front wing as well. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You've got quite a ways to go yet before you need to come in. Poor chair's gaining on Piastri. This could be fun to watch. These two duking it out. What tyres is Piastri on? He's on new mediums as well. So this could be pure pace that puts us ahead of him here. We've gone full aggression trying to overtake. Joe's the only one left on soft, and he's definitely going to come in soon. What's the gap? Imagine if we could get ahead of Joe on his pit. I don't think we can. I think the 20 seconds is kind of made up here. Yeah, interesting. There's other drivers who haven't actually pitted yet as well. Interesting. I think we try and keep Kevin out for as long as possible now. So long as that gap to Joe stays. Oh, Joe has actually pitted now. That gap to Joe is not staying. And poor chair's not gaining on Piastri either. Well, if we have both drivers finish the race, that's still a win, isn't it? In the eyes of the fans, that probably counts as a win. I still think the ERS panel here is a bit dumb. Like, if you're going full attack here, attack aggression, ERS usage should also be listed on here, and it shouldn't be its own thing, in my opinion. The fact that you still have to use deploy here, even when you've got the box ticked, does seem a bit weird. He was using a bit of his ERS there, and he got very, very close to pulling off that overtake. Enough that the delta there, up here, sorry, actually went to 0. Magnussen's got Joe right behind. It's not so much the pre-race strategy, it's the during race strategy that I think is letting us down right now. We're all over the place. This is nice though, chasing down Piastri. We're getting some excellent speed. Come on, Tio. Use everything that you should have learned. We could actually use a bit more fuel for a little bit as well here.
If you don't need it, no lift and coast.
Can anyone tell from him saying copy there whether that's actually Teo Porcher? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. We're getting some nice manoeuvres here though. Piastri's putting his car right in the middle of the track there, trying to stop the overtake. We're just weaving here, there and everywhere, trying to get past. We've got DRS open now. Just don't hit him. That's all I ask. That's nice. Yeah, then shut the door. Pull away. Excellent. There was some ERS usage there as well, so maybe it is now working a little bit better. We've got Piastri behind now. He's now going to have DRS, but not enough here to catch. Just got to keep him behind. I don't think I'll turn on defend.
Keep pushing.
We'll put you on
Okay, Kev, no more lift and coast.
that for a little bit. We'll speed up time. Just keep an eye on both of them as I'm doing this. Okay, pit window for Magnussen is now open. He's got Porcher right behind. Porcher's pulling away from Piastri actually quite nicely. Bottas has just stopped. We'll turn this down a little bit.
Okay, more lift and coast, please.
We'll turn yours down a little bit. Can we burn some tyre before we come in? On Magnussen, just to build a little bit of a gap. I'd rather they didn't race each other, but it's not for me to decide. Well, it is for me to decide. But yeah, I don't want to tell a driver to not push, basically. If they have an opportunity to race, I want them to race. Right, let's get ready with Magnussen now. We're going to switch you onto these softs, because they're the best ones. And we're going to change your front wing. And we're going to do it on the next lap.
Box this lap.
And then when you come out, Porcher is now passed as well. So Magnussen's going to drop to last now. We know that. 8.6, not bad with a front wing change as well. Teo's up to 15th, which is incredible. If we can keep that. So you're going to go back to standard.
Slow down now.
We could try and go aggressive with Magnussen, but there's just no point. Your confidence is so low. Where's yours? Yours is good. Teo's having a blinder right now. He's playing an absolute blinder. Got 14 laps to go. He's 15th. He's got a pretty nice gap to Bottas, who I'm pretty sure has stopped. Oh, he has stopped only once. I thought he'd stopped more than that. He is on softs though, so we will have to watch that. And Porcher's tyres are in a worse condition than Zhou's. But that is Zhou right there. So this could get interesting. Tsunoda's worse off. Albon's on softs. Surely he's not going to the end on those softs. I can't imagine he will. And Verstappen even is on pretty degged softs. These two should be fine. There goes Porcher. He's up a place. He's up to 14th. Well, there you go. Swapping out Hulkenberg, as it turns out, was the right thing to do. Because this move here is paying off so far. We'll get a replay of that, actually, because I quite enjoyed watching that from above.
Now with the Haas. The gap opens up for them.
Yeah, nice. I might have to remove subtitles so we can
And
capture
up
some nice
into
screenshots
14th
here.
they go.
There we go. Get one there. Excellent. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. Alright, back to speeding up. If Zhou gets past us again, that's fine. But Zhou right now is acting as a nice buffer between us and Bottas. And actually, Zhou isn't catching. If anything, we're pulling away. We're 12 seconds behind Tsunoda though, and I can't see that closing. This could work well for us with Teo. If we can keep... Well, the Alphas have swapped now, but if we can keep Bottas behind. Yeah, we seem to have picked up the pace a little bit after the pits. And in fact, Magnussen... Does Piastri stop twice? No. Magnussen's closed the gap to Piastri as well. He's only 3.3 behind now. Wasn't he 12 not long ago? I'm quite happy. Probably shouldn't be. I should be striving for more. But I'm quite happy with this. Bottas seems to catch and then Teo pulls away again. I will get ready to use full ERS deployment as we approach the end of the race as well. Just to keep them behind. Magnussen's actually up into 19th now. He's gone past Piastri. And Pourchaire's only 10 seconds behind Tsunoda now. Interesting. The way F1 works sometimes is absolutely fascinating when you watch drivers chasing. Like, they could be 10 seconds behind and you think, oh, surely he's not going to catch him. And then 4 laps later, he's right up behind them. Look at that. 2 tenths. We'll lose it again around here, I'm sure. But for a minute there, that looked good. I think that's a Ferrari that's lapped us in front as well. Both Ferraris. So that's Leclerc and Sainz. So blue flags could potentially be paying off for us as well. Slowing down the cars in front. We've got fuel to burn.
No more lifting coast.
And we could potentially start pushing
From tyre points of view, we don't think
on the
lifting coast is
ERS as
necessary.
well.
Copy that.
Are we near enough to
push.
race anyone? Either of
Copy
them?
that.
I don't think we are. No.
Okay, mode push.
If you'd have offered me 14th at the start, I probably would have taken it. But considering where we qualified, maybe we should have scored a little bit higher. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too critical here. The fact that we got the grid penalties as well, and I still don't know what for. That's not ideal. Yeah, Teo's had a really good race here. And the car will get faster at the next race when the parts start arriving. So, can't complain. Not bad. We got a sizable buffer to both cars now. Yep. Pourchaire's got visor cam. There you go. Unless we can catch those Ferraris even, there's not much point to having visor cam because we're the only car within this area of the track right now. But everyone loves visor cam, as it turns out. So yeah, let's watch the final couple of laps under visor cam.
3 laps to go. 3 laps.
It's not 3 laps to go. It's 2 laps. Plus, it might even only be 1 if Verstappen crosses the line. I didn't even have to look at the tower to know that Verstappen was winning this race. If Verstappen crosses the line before we come round again. Oh no, actually, yeah, for us it is 3 laps because we're a lap behind. The number at the top is the leader's lap, isn't it? So it is 3 laps for us, but it's probably still only going to be 2 by the time Verstappen actually crosses the line. We are actually gaining on Tsunoda. Not enough to overtake, but enough to make it interesting. It is fascinating the way this all works. I definitely need a strategist sitting beside me while I'm doing this sometimes. Whoops. We'll just go neutral for you. That nosedived, by the way, that ERS. Here we are then, 7 seconds behind Tsunoda, 6.5 in front of Bottas. I'd call that a pretty successful race for Teo. And Magnussen to not finish last despite, damaging his front wing and having to have it changed. The one stopper seem to be the way.
Checkered
Not
flag,
bad.
Checkered flag.
Not bad. I'd be happy with that. Yeah. Good work, not a bad result at all. Pretty happy. We were competitive. We actually got some overtakes in. Again, if that's not worth a like right now, I don't know what
think
is.
that's the checkered flag. You did the best you could, mate. Went slow.
Not bad from Kevin either. To finish with both cars as well. No damage really. I mean, there was a little bit of damage to the suspension for Magnussen, I suppose. But, yeah, it could have been way worse.
Kevin Magnussen, not going to be happy with
Yeah, it's fine. We'll skip that. I'm happy. Up 2 places, down 5. I keep saying I'm happy, and I know it's going to start sounding like I'm not, but genuinely, that's not a bad race for us. But there's work to be done. We still need to... oh, wow. Fastest lap. Fastest pit stop. Old McLaren there. They're good. They got good pit stops. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. And Fittipaldi there, getting some more experience. Good to see. Finances, we're getting money. That's the main thing, so we can afford new parts for the car to make it go faster. We do have work to do. Oh, you've improved as well. Good stuff. So yeah, one thing we could look at is race engineers. And we could take a look at what we've currently got and whether or not we can improve. So Mark Slade, who I believe is... where do I find out? Yeah, Magnussen's engineer. He's actually pretty good, so there's no point really changing him. Could we maybe get... There's no one better who's interested. But could we maybe get someone better than Gary Gannon? Potentially Matthew Ogle, but he's the same. Could get Roman... I thought I said Roman Grosjean then. I got really excited. I was like, we're going to bring him back. But no. Roman Gozgen? I don't know how you pronounce that name, and that's really sad because I did French. Could get Tom Stallard. He's not interested. And Maury Larden. He's F2. Oh, it's so tempting. We'll put him on standard scouting at least. Definitely on standard scouting. We could maybe even... I mean, Pierre Hamelin would be a funny one. That's Gasly's old race engineer. He's interested. We'll come back to that. We'll put a pin in that. But yeah, right now we have car action. So you're missing suspension, which we do have one more of this. We need to be able to boost manufacturing, I think, because right now we have no suspension, which is worrying. Yeah. Also F2, so Deruvala, Doohan and Berchon on the podium. Good to see. I like how they're just wearing F2 overalls as well. They're not wearing team overalls. You've broken your suspension. You've broken your front wing. I'm not quite sure how that's happened. And your gearbox is knackered. So that's car 1. So if I change this, nowhere does it say penalty for this. So I've installed a new gearbox onto Magnussen's car. Nowhere does it say penalty. So if it does penalise me, I'm going to be slightly miffed. Yeah, let's continue. I'm going to try and do Australia today as well. I think that'd be cool. New chassis. Yeah, you're installed on both cars. That's fine. Alright, continue. Suspension low stock. Can I actually do that now? Project is already in progress, so I'm just going to let that complete. More suspension. Good. Is that better? So I'm going to install you on car 2 as well. If we break it, we'll have to downgrade. But that should improve a little bit car performance, which is nice. Cool. Continue. Australian Grand Prix. Scouting complete. Right. Can we bring you in? That's a question. I would love to bring you in. I would love to bring you in as Pourchaire's race engineer. But I have no idea how much you want. We could start with 500,000, which is probably an absolute joke. And maybe like 100,000 signing on fee. You just don't know. I think right now you should have some info here for the basic scouting as to what his current contract is. I'm not expecting all the numbers, but just enough that I can get a basic idea, as like a ballpark figure even, or as to what to offer. I promise you I'm not popping champagne. I've just got a very high pressure bottle there. Right, so your salary here is too low. I figured. Your patience is high. Let's go like 850. Still too low. Still got high. So we're probably going to be into the million now. We could go with like 1.25. Oh, your patience is now medium. Still too low. And now it's low patience. So we kind of have to get it right now. 1.75. And if this doesn't work, we're going to go after Hamlin instead. Hey, he's in. Awesome. That should be a good move. Although saying that, your feedback isn't terrible. But we want probably car analysis. So communication and feedback will get boosted here. And we could do with a memorabilia room. Again, that front wing we snapped off. That's basically it. Hospitality area, possibly. Tour center, makes money. Who wouldn't want to go see Haas? Go tour the facility. What can we improve here? That's expensive. Everything's going to be expensive here. Ridiculously expensive. There's not a huge amount we can do right now because we've only got 10 million. And I'd rather put that into developing the car. Okay. I think we're ready to head to Australia. There we go. Race prep. There's not a huge amount that we need to do. We can review the targets. Reach Q2, fastest lap, and we need to carry on with the qualifying streak. So yeah, I think that's everything. Let's head to Australia. Same trick then, we'll put Fittipaldi in the car for P1. Instead of Magnussen, we'll let Teo continue to get to grips with the car. The annoying thing is, I think we got new suspension, but otherwise everything else is still in development, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, our journey to continue to save Haas is on its way. And if you'd like to save 19% on F1 Manager 2023, you can use the discount code F1MRG and also the link that is both in the description and pinned in the chat. And again, that saves you 19% off F1 Manager 2023, thanks to our friends right up there at the top. I can't point any higher because I go above the screen, but yeah, thank you Fanatical for supporting us today and yesterday as well. Swap. So, setup. What do? Let's move that way. We'll move that way. We could go with a bit more of an extreme here. Maybe not quite that extreme. But try and get things moved around a little bit more. And then we get a basis as to where to move. So I think Australia's a fairly quick track, isn't it? So low wings might actually be better here. We'll try something like this and see how it goes. We're going to put you on the hards. Only got one set of hards right now, but that's fine. 15 laps ought to do it. Driving options. I don't know if anyone messes around with the driver options too much there. For the most part, it's better just to leave it as is. I'm also going to put Teo in the opposite direction for most of these. Reason being that we can also get a better idea as to what the meta might be around here. And again, stick you on the hards, 15 laps, all good. Let's go. So we'll put Pietro out first. Let's go for the thumbnail. Excellent. And we'll put Teo out straight after. There we are. Should we do a visor cam on board with Fittipaldi around Australia? This is a good one to do visor cam on, I think. Some people forget. I'm one of those people that forget that Albert Park is actually a street circuit. Here we go, over the line. Clock is now ticking. Get the deltas up for this. This is where it matters. Bit slow round 1 and 2 there. Rain on Saturday. Did it say that? Could be interesting. Could be an interesting quali. It's what, 3 and 4? I think we just went around there. Who's 5? It's hard to tell what is and isn't a corner, and it's all because of Austria turn 2. That's why we can't tell now what is and isn't a corner. Because actually the uphill climb in Austria goes left, right, left. And yet, only one of those corners is actually counted. I've just seen some breaking F1 news actually. I won't say it in case no one else knows it, but that's kind of interesting that that's happened. P1 and P2 in quality. That would be awesome. Even if we end up finishing like 16th and 17th in the race, at least we can say we started on pole. Got some green sectors out there right now. There was a purple briefly for, I think, Fittipaldi, but that's now been beaten. Here we go then, across the line, which is a long way away in Australia. There it is. At the top, 123.2. Poor chair coming over the line now. He does beat it. Not by much. And then, of course, Perez and Russell come in and spoil the party for us. Boo! How dare they. The guys are going faster, though. So those times will tumble a little bit. Green sectors across the board there for Fittipaldi. Starting to slow down a little bit now. Although Pourchair's starting to pick up some greens again. We're within 1.7 and 1.5. 1.3 now for Pourchair. He's a bit of a dark horse, is Teo Pourchair. Mate, he's one to watch out for. We're going to be doing our who to sign guides across the rest of this week and early next week. And he's definitely one to look out for. For sure, yeah. Very impressed. I'm still impressed with his performance in Saudi. That was very, very good for a debut race.
Anything we can help you with?
Oh, we've lost our lighting a little bit there.
Yeah, okay.
Did he say bad? Well, I think we might know which way to go then for Pietro. Oh, yeah. So we went the wrong way with him. So we can fix that immediately by moving that one in that direction and that one in that direction. Although straights was actually okay. So that's kind of fixed most of that, in fact. That was a relatively easy fix to start with. It could get worse. Straights I'm still a little bit concerned about. If we did something like that, maybe. That helps a little bit more. We'll keep you on the same run plan, same tyres. We'll let you reconfigure. Meanwhile, Teo has done something. What have you done?
Yes, we
How have you crashed in practice?
What happened there?
How have you crashed into a Ferrari in practice?
And it was involving Leclerc this time.
I would say that's Leclerc's
and not
fault.
just one car involved in that.
Would you say that's Leclerc's fault? Okay, we might have some parts to change. Front wing, that's fine. We've got front wings. Just stay out there, get some feedback. We'll swap things over after. He might have actually finished his run, which is annoying because he hasn't got the setup that we need. We're running out of time here. Oh, he has got it. Okay, so you're the other way as well. How could I have got it so wrong with both drivers? Unbelievable. Okay, parts. We're going to swap your wing. Oh, did not mean to click that. Right, set up, run, everything, good, go. Fittipaldi can now go out. 12th and 15th, 13th and 15th. Not terrible, not terrible. You're ready, out you go. Time is of the essence here, so we need to get to 5 as quick as possible. I feel like putting them on aggressive strategy just to get the tyres warmed up faster, but yeah. Driver prep's going up at least for both. And the feedback. Definitely faster for Fittipaldi. He's got a good engineer. In fact, he's over halfway already. Excellent. Four out of 5. Only 2 for poor chair. So slow. Where is Fittipaldi? Oh, he's there. I see him.
Any comments though?
Balance is pretty good.
Balance is
Hey,
pretty good. I see that as nothing but a win. Where are we at? Oh, better. Still need to bring straights back in. Something like that. And then something like that. That could work. Run plan. You're basically just going to run to the end now and hope for the best. Poor chair, so slow. We might get 2 laps out of him at the end there. Maybe, if we're lucky. Very slow. Alright, out you go. We'll sim P2 and P3 again. Hope for the best. Poor chair's coming back in. Did he actually do his... Oh, he did do it. Wow, still a long way off. I really did estimate this wrong, didn't I? We need to do... like this. For you. And then... nope. That's not how you do it. That moves that one quite a lot. Right, hang on. Let's go back. So wings, obviously. That almost does it. Not that one. This one. Okay, everything's back in blue. That's a problem for P2 to solve. He's not going to get long out there. He's not going to get long out there, sadly. My. Alright, Fittipaldi's racking up the laps. 15th and 16th fastest right now, which isn't bad at all. Podchair's going to get 5 laps in, maybe? 6 if he's lucky. Nowhere near enough to get enough feedback. But it could be worse. He's almost actually done. If we can just tick that over, that'd be really useful. Come on. Yes.
How does the car feel?
Alright, we'll get his feedback direct then at the start of FP2.
Copy.
Nowhere near for
Okay,
poor chair.
that's the flag.
Okay, so 15th and 16th. And look, now it says poor chair has actually got a penalty. Is that for the collision with Leclerc, though? Because that's harsh. I wouldn't have said that was his fault, but what do you know? 72. Unknown. Not ideal. We'll fix the car a bit more for Magnussen here then. So it's traction, which is a pain to actually set up here. Traction's affected, or everything affects traction. There you go. And now I've got to move like a wing to get that back. Oh my goodness. Basically impossible. Right, hang on. One at a time. So I could do that. And now I need to get both. Oh dear. So that's back. And that's back. If I then move this one again. And then maybe... No, not that one. This is hard. No, not that one either. Traction we might have to sacrifice a little bit, because that is an absolute nightmare to move. That gets everything else where it needs to be. I think we'll go with this for Magnussen. They're both on mediums. We're going to simulate to Q1 and hope for the best. Okay. So this is P3 results. 10th and 12th. Can't complain about that. 95 and 70. The 70 is a bit disappointing, but the 95 is really good. Really happy with that. Starting confidence. Almost. Definitely in the blue here. Almost in the blue for poor Chair. Not bad. Skip Crofty. I'm sorry, Crofty. I'm sorry. You're just not worth listening to right now. So what can we do to help you? So I'm pretty certain earlier you said your oversteer was too much when it was in that sweet spot. And now you're telling me that you actually liked it there. If I didn't know any better, Teo, I'd say you're deliberately trolling me. How on earth do I fix this then? Could do this and then pull it back in with that, but then straights is only affected by wings. Oh man, it's a nightmare. Right, so I need to get oversteer to the right without really moving anything else. It's impossible. Anything you could do is move everything else first and then try and bring it all back into whack with... Yeah, no. I think we're just going to have to stick on 70 for Teo and sort of sacrifice him slightly. I can't think of how else to do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Whatever happens now happens. Let's put it that way. Right. Poor Chair, go out first. Magnussen right behind. Out they go. Everyone else following. We'll do visor cam with Magnussen. How far away are they? A little bit closer. There we go. And visor cam. Let's go. So again, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button. It tells us that you're liking the content. Check out some of our other content on the channel as well. We've got yesterday's stream, which was very, very eventful. We've also got other videos on F1 Manager you can check out. If you're unsure whether to buy, we've got a 5 reasons to buy video, which I think is particularly good. We've also got other guide content and things like that coming up in the future. So if you want to subscribe and see those, feel free to do so. Head over to RacingGames.gg to check out some of our other guides, including the setup guide that I posted this morning. And of course, big thanks to our sponsors, Fanatical up there. If you use the code F1MRG, via the link that's both in the description and pinned in the chat, you can save up to 19% off F1 Manager 2023. Big thanks to Fanatical for supporting us, and big thanks to everyone for watching as well. Getting some good times in here. I'm seeing some green sectors, very briefly purple. Very nice. The thing I'm a little worried about is Magnussen doesn't appear to be going faster than Pourchaire. He doesn't appear to be catching him, which is a little annoying. Here comes Pourchaire over the line. He'll go pole briefly, and then Magnussen slower, 4/10. Bit concerning. And then yeah, there we drop. But still in that. What's happened here? Track condition has changed to damp. So this could be us through Q1, purely because we went out early. Now what's the where is it? Track details. There is a point, isn't there, where it becomes inters rather than slicks, and I can't remember when that point is. But I feel like it's going to be soon. We'll see who comes out next and what they do. Ocon. Ocon is on inters, so I guess we're out on inters now then. In that case, we might as well do the 2-lap run. If we're all going to be going slower anyway, is there any point in coming back in, fueling the car up, going out again? Probably not. So as long as that works, we'll send Magnussen out first this time. Teo just behind. We'll watch on board with Pourchaire when it comes round. There isn't actually a slipstream right now because Leclerc's in the way. 1 to 4 inters, 4 plus wets. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. And actually it's getting to that stage now where it might almost be full wets. We should definitely be through Q1 then, which is nice. And if the track dries out at the start of Q2, then we'll bomb out as quick as we can there as well. Sometimes it's just about putting in a lap. That's all you have to do is put in a lap. Is that an Alpine in front again? No, that's a Williams, isn't it? Pretty certain that's a Williams getting in the way, slowing us down. But we're not going to improve right now, so we don't need to worry too much about that. I don't really know what this is in aid of. Just getting some data on inters, I suppose. No one's going to be going faster. It's just polite to put a lap in. Get that Aston out of the way as well. And this McLaren. Don't lift. Teo. Foot down, son. Foot down. Up to my favourite bit of Albert Park. Assuming you can actually hit your braking zone properly, which I can never do. And then this section, which I used to despise, but this year it's actually fun to drive, believe it or not. And there we go. Up to arguably the most difficult corner on the track. And then round the final corner. To find out that, yes indeed, wet conditions mean you do go slower. Who knew? Alrighty, so that's basically Q1 over. You know, no one's going to be going faster now unless it dramatically dries out, which it's not really doing. It's starting to get wetter again, if anything.
P13.
There's a
So,
lighting
mode in,
glitch
please,
here every
mode
time we
in. Got it.
cut back in. And again. Weird. So I'm not going to send them out again. There's no point. The track's not dry enough. So we'll just leave it as is. We're through. That's the main thing. We are through to Q2. So that alone is partially an objective. It's 14th and higher we need to achieve. Which, if you get both cars through to Q2, you guarantee that. Because you go 15th, 14th. So there'll always be one getting through. Here we go then. Q2, light rain. Track water currently, there is none. So again, we're going to go out fast. We'll put poor chair out first. 1 lap. I can hear an ice cream truck outside. Is it rude to leave a stream to go get ice cream? I think it is. I'm not going to do that. The temptation is definitely there though. Right, manage. Let's go. Straight out on track before it gets wet. 5 minutes rain's due. So yeah, we're doing the right thing here. Do the visor cam again. So you can see here that it's, because it's daylight now, there's no green hue to the visor. I think it's Albert Park though, where sometimes they drive towards the sunset on certain parts of the track. They do have a special visor for that. But otherwise it's pretty bog standard visor here. And again, it's just that little attention to detail. They didn't have to add the different visors for different light conditions, but they did. It's so cool. And I do not envy the person who had to trawl through hours and hours and hours of radio messages trying to find the right sound bites to use. The fact that I think they've tripled or quadrupled their database this year of radio messages, which is just insane when you think about it. I don't know how many they had last year, but to quadruple it, yeah. Some poor sod has had to go through and listen to hours upon hours of radio messages, cut out all the swearing, and try and find some good sound bites. And yet it's seamless. You genuinely do believe that they're talking to their race engineers. So poor Chair, for example, both races that he's competed in for us, he's been talking to an engineer that in real life is not his race engineer, and yet the way they talk to each other, call and response, it is genuinely like they're having a conversation. Very, very, very cleverly done. Right, Magnussen, where are you? Second, Pourchaire first. That's very close. 22 thousandths of a second between the two. And sure, everyone behind now is going to come through, but we're 2 minutes away from a 55% chance of rain.
We're currently P12.
Maybe we should have done a second run
Copy.
before the rain came in. Can I get them out again quickly before the rain comes? No, it's raining. But then, where are we at? Oh, let's take a risk. Magnussen first, Pourchaire second, go. Everyone else, I imagine, is out on Inters. Yeah, although Russell, Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso, they've gone for it too. If we can pull this off... Nah, it's slower. It's slower. That didn't work.
Currently P12.
That did not work. I was just trying to like
so that's
squeak above the line.
first.
We're so close to Ocon and Alonso. Track is now damp. So I don't think we're going to go faster on Inters, but you never know. Highly doubt it. That could be us out in Q2 then, sadly. Yeah, definitely not improving. It's so close. It's like 0.03 of a second between us and getting through, which still is progress. You know, the car is improving. It's not perfect, but it is improving. And there we go, back into the garage. We achieved the objective though, 11th and 12th. So 12th is what we needed, wasn't it, for the objective? And Teo's got his grid penalty for something or other, probably hitting Leclerc. So he's going to start 16th, I think, once that's kicked in.
The time is almost...
Alright, let's get ready for the race then. Before we hop in though, one more time before we start the race, if you'd like to save 9... Oh, 3-place grid penalty, so 14th. That's not bad. Good confidence. Yeah. So, we could go for a 2-stopper, but that seems dumb. I would kind of like to start on Shall I see if we can get away with a medium soft? Or is that ridiculous? If we could pull that off, they'll be talking about us for years to come. We could so almost pull that off. But we'd have to rely on no lockups or anything. Or we could do a hard medium, which would be a lot better. Which is technically what we did in Jeddah, and it did work. We could even go for a bit more aggression here with Magnussen. I kind of like that. Risk it with soft medium, you reckon? So I suppose last time out it was Pourchaire that took the risk. So this time I think we'll stick it on Magnussen. If we... yeah, it's so close. It's so close. If we could run it there maybe, and we don't get any lockups, that could work. We'll go with strategy E for you. But for Teo, we'll go with something a bit more, maybe like a medium hard. I really want to see if we could do the Albon strategy. Oops, not intermediates. So let's say we started on hards. How far into the race can we actually go on hards? We can go right up to 45 and then switch to softs and then just gun it. I'm gonna say let's do that just for fun. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think that could be a really good set of strategies. So soft medium for Magnussen, and then hard right the way through the race, and then bomb it on softs right at the end. If you're not having fun, what are you doing? That's what I say. Let's go for it. This could be incredibly stupid, but let's go for it. What do we lose? Here we go then.
The fans here in Melbourne are all set, as are the drivers, heading into 58 laps around Albert Park.
Let's skip the intro. I was going to look for some thumbnail stuff, but
for the Australian
that
Grand
could be a
Prix.
good one.
And it's
Lights out, away we go. I want to ride
go.
on board with Pourchaire at the start here, just to see what kind of start you get. That's actually a pretty good start. You might gain some places here. Magnussen's in 11th. That's where he started. Pourchaire was briefly 14th, dropped to 15th, but he's got the jump there on Sonoda, and he is now up to 14th. That's a cracking start. There was some debris there. Was that an Alpine? Yellow flags. Who crashed?
Now I'm just looking here.
I
Possibly
don't think we were
Ocon's part of
involved in that, thankfully. We might actually take advantage. An Aston and an Alpine there colliding. I saw the debris. There's Magnussen squeaking through, and there's Pourchaire. So yeah. Oh, there's the radio message in the replay as well, which is really cool. Not happy. Why would they be? That was terrible. Debris on the track, but otherwise good. Ocon's got a penalty. Magnussen's up into the points. Pourchaire's still 14th. I'm surprised he didn't gain... I'm sure he gained a place during all that, but I guess not. Also, the fact Ocon seems to have stayed ahead. Which Aston was it? It was Stroll, right? How Stroll stayed ahead? I'm pretty sure both cars involved in that incident got overtaken by Magnussen. No? I don't know. Main thing is, we are currently running in the points, and if this risky strategy pays off, this could work out very, very well. Pourchaire's the only one on hards. We have got Lando, but that's Sonoda, having a sniff and getting past. But again, it's a marathon, not a sprint, this one. Let's go for overtake aggression.
Okay, O'Connor's boxed.
We'll leave defending as is.
You've got the pace. You can do this.
The laps are getting quicker, which is good to see. Alrighty. So I think at this point now, until something interesting happens, we can kind of... Oh, Ocon had a pit stop issue. Ocon is now stone dead last, which is good. Magnussen's toing and froing with Gasly. Might be worth riding on board with with Magnussen for a bit. That's Albon right in front there as well. If we can get past. Prove it then, Kevin.
Remember,
Get that rear
long
wing
way to go
open
in this race.
and soar past. Would help if I had that box ticked, which again should be on by default really,
Okay,
or at least
remember
should
mode
be
push.
here,
Copy.
one of these tick boxes. But again, it's tiny things that I don't like, really tiny things. I don't have a problem with the majority of the game, to be fair. It is a fantastic game. Here comes Kevin on Logan then, not Logan, Albon. Albon positioning his car pretty well. Pourchaire's got past Logan. Wait. Logan's miles behind. That can't be right. Unless he's pitted. Did the Aston pit? Just Ocon. Okay. Who was it? Was it Stroll? Must be Stroll. His tyres aren't even affected. Logan's on 60%. So maybe it was just Logan locking up or something. So he's going to have to pit soon. Okay, the strategy here. Massive risk. And assuming the drivers don't mess it up for us, the strategy here could actually be pretty damn good. We'll see. If we can get past Albon as well, that'd be even better. So we can build a buffer to Gasly, who is gaining on us at the moment. I don't know what tyres Gasly's on. He's on mediums. So okay. We have the pace. We have the pace, let's have the push. This is alright. This is alright. I think we can speed up a little bit. Let things happen. Magnussen has got past Albon. Pourchaire sort of toing and froing down in 14th place. He's pulling away from Bottas. And he is right up behind Lando actually. So that's good to see. We've got a competitive car. Magnussen very briefly there. Fighting Gasly. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun when you see... Oh. This isn't fun. VSC.
VSC.
Right there.
What happened?
You can take a look
Is
now.
Pourchaire actually out? That's Lando.
And there, the cars make contact.
Who do you blame
and
for
they'll
that?
have to pick themselves up after that.
I have a feeling they're going to blame Pourchaire, but I don't
As for
know.
the team back in the garage, that was a tough
We've seen that
moment to
animation
watch.
already this race. Pretty sure they're the same people as well. Different uniform. Yeah, Pourchaire's out. That's annoying. I think that's just a new front wing and off you go, to be honest. But, yeah. That's harsh, that. He was doing alright there. Now we've got a VSC. So could we tell Magnussen just can serve for a little bit? 5-second penalty for Pourchaire as well. So harsh. For causing a collision. I don't know if that's his fault though. Do we get warning when the VSC is ending? Yes, we do.
Virtual safety car ending.
So now you can push again. Tyres actually will be better for
Might need
Magnussen,
to
so he
pick up
might even
pace
be able
a
to
little
go
bit.
further into his
Copy.
stint.
DRS is enabled.
Keep an eye on his temps. He has dropped a place to Gasly. Albon is actually losing. He's losing. Yeah. Okay. If we can get past Gasly again then, that'd be useful. Stick that back on standard because they're up to temp.
Slow down now.
Copy.
There you go. A little bit of overheating, but we got away with it. We can just cruise behind Gasly for a bit. That's a-okay. We will have to stop at least once more. Even Norris isn't on great tyres. This could be a very interesting race. For very interesting reasons. We are catching Gasly. Like, we're just sitting on his tail right now. Let's see what we've got here. Sargent's locked up again, so that's going to wreck his tyres more. Just feel like we need a slightly longer DRS zone when we come out in front of Gasly. This shows how competitive our car actually is right now, though. We could go full whack deploy. And once we're past, stick it back on neutral. And overtake failed, so that's going to be a confidence hit. But you'll get him here, Kev.
Cover that.
You'll definitely get him here. Just tap that button that makes the car go faster. That's all you need to do. Come on. Come on. 4/10, almost down to 3. If you don't get him here, you'll get him on the pit straight. I'm sure of it. Gaining. Just running out of track. Oh man, so close. So close. Look how close we are. You can almost see the vapor coming out of his exhaust. We're that close. Go. He's moved over there. If we don't crash... Yes. No. Yes. Right. We're ahead. And we get DRS out of here as well, because there's only one activation zone. Good stuff. So I suppose now... we have to kind of do this for a bit, just to keep him behind. He's going to be trying to do to him what we just did. He's going to be trying to do to us, what we just did to him. Again, if that manoeuvre there from Magnussen isn't worth a light, I don't know what is. We're quite a ways behind Stroll now, but we are starting to gain on him. And the main thing is we're doing all of this without sacrificing the tyres. Where is Gasly? Okay, we'll keep him behind here. We might lose him on the pit straight. We might get past. But the main thing is we are racing. So yeah, he's got back through. Pit stop issue with Bottas. We can watch that. I know what happened.
It's Valtteri Bottas who's pitting. And there we see the problem.
Where? I don't know what's happened. All 4 tyres have changed. They're not releasing it. I have no idea there what the issue supposedly was. Alright. We have our pit in 1, 2, 3, 4 laps. I think we've done pretty well to get to this stage, actually. And we're still burning the fuel nicely, which is helping. Another safety car would be great for fuel consumption. And we're still sticking to Gasly. It's going well, actually. This is a good suggestion, Matty. Really good suggestion for a strategy. We're just losing ground on Gasly a little bit here, but if we pit now, we should come out in front of De Vries still.
Copy.
Right. On to the mediums. Do I risk it and say next lap? I think it has to be this one. The AI upgrade their car a lot. Is that to counter the, being world champions within 2 seasons issue that some players were having? I know that was a known thing.
Box.
Alright, here comes K-Mag. Hopefully a good pit stop coming. That's the other thing, we don't give them a huge amount to do during a race, the pit crews. They shouldn't be getting too tired. 2.8, that's pretty good. If we can come out ahead of Tsunoda... Not quite, but we are ahead of De Vries. That's worked pretty well for us, I'd say. Let's get the heat in the tyres pronto. There we go, and calm them down a little bit again. And that should be us till the end of the race now. which seems incredibly exciting, I know. We are actually catching Tsunoda. Oh, I love it. I love a good chase. 5 races through and lots of teams have improved by a good bit already. Well, that's good to see. That is good to see. What would be great is if the AI could somehow, like, not overpower this, but detect how you're improving your car and then act to counter that. So, like, if you're working on, you know, downforce and trying to get higher speeds through certain corners, maybe they could do something similar. So every time you're improving in an area, the AI is also improving in that area, just to keep the challenge up. Because again, some people were saying it was way too easy last year. You could take Williams from last place in Season 1 to world champions in Season 2. And I was discovering that a little bit myself in my playthroughs last year. It was getting a little bit too easy at times. Also, scenarios like the podium in Canada last year. As fun as that was, it should never have happened. It was exploiting a known issue with the game. So if they fix that kind of thing as well, that would be good. I genuinely thought K-Mag was going to go straight into the back of Tsunoda then. Don't worry about your confidence, Magnussen. That was one failed overtake, but you're going to get in here. Slap that on full. This is where you get in. He's going to send you around the outside. That's fine, because you're still going to have DRS out of turn 2. Don't hit the barrier. And there you go. You're past. Just make the braking point. Keep him behind. Got the inside line. And you're through. Excellent stuff. That is interesting. Maybe the way the parts have developed, as soon as a part is ready, they'll stick it on one car, not the other. And then once the other part is ready, they'll stick it on the second car. That's what I do anyway. As soon as a part's ready, I'll stick it on the car. And more often than not, I'll stick it on car 1, which I believe is George Russell in the Mercedes team. I think Hamilton is technically car 2. Speaking of Russell, he's just set the fastest lap. That is interesting though. It'd be worth sort of making a note of that as you go through the season to see how the AI develops and which car develops faster than the others. Right, hold the place here, K. Always defend. So actually, he managed to get past there without doing high overtake aggression as well, which is impressive. And it looks like he is holding back Tsunoda. So, let's have a look at tyres. Albon needs to stop. In fact, everyone in front of us needs to stop again. They're on 2 stoppers, and we're on a 1 stopper, assuming nothing goes wrong here. This could turn into a very, very good race for us. And every time I say that, something happens that jinxes it. But I'm feeling pretty good about this right now. And there's a safety car.
Safety car, safety car.
Who's
Not
out?
entirely sure what happened,
Sargent.
but it seems like it was Logan Sargent.
What do we do? We have to stay out for track position, right? Some of the cars behind might benefit from the safety car here. Some of the cars in front might benefit from the safety car here. Yeah, we don't need to see them. You've seen one reaction. You've seen them all in this game. But like Albon's now behind us. Tsunoda, Ocon, Norris, they're all behind us. We're on pretty fresh tyres still. Stay out. Yeah. That's my thinking. Stay out. All the cars in front of us on softs, that we're not going to catch them anyway, even though one of them's Gasly. The cars behind will be faster than us on the softs. But it's track position, isn't it? You want track position. And right now, if we just calm things down on both of these, and if we just harvest under the safety car, when we go racing again, we could be in a very, very, very good position. It's just about keeping Keeping the cars behind where they are and trying to get the ones
Got
in
the
front.
pace.
Copy.
So that's 2 drivers out. Oh, Bottas is...
There's
not Bottas.
absolutely
Who's,
no grip.
who's at the back? Is it Joe? Yeah. I think he is there. You just can't see him. Oh, no, Joe's... Where's Joe? Oh, he's in the middle. Okay. So it'll be lapped cars. Lapped cars may now overtake. There we go. Because that is allowed. That is allowed. All lapped cars may overtake. And now we're
Safety
going
car
racing
is in
again.
this lap.
So we can just absolutely gun it on the start here.
Just pick up the pace.
This will be worth
Copy
seeing.
that.
Can we get Gasly without getting caught by Albon? I'm going to do this.
See if we can get Gasly.
There you go. Look, he's named Gasly. So we know Gasly's in front of us and the game knows that and it's actually mentioned it. And that's so cool that it does that. Oh, we've been left here a little bit. We've left Albon behind us though. Albon's actually getting swarmed by Tsunoda. So that's kind of gone well for us. It's a shame we didn't get Gasly. But I think Gasly is on softs, right? Yeah. So we just got to keep it calm. Keep an eye on the tyres. And we might come through this one okay. Again, everybody, if you're enjoying these streams and you want to see more content like this on this channel, the best way to let us know is to hit that like button and also share the content. The more views we get, the more likely we'll continue to do these sorts of things. And once again, big shout out to our sponsors, Fanatical at the top there. If you use the code F1MRG via the link in the description and also pinned in the chat, you can save 19% on a copy of F1 Manager 2023. Big thanks to Fanatical for sponsoring the streams today and yesterday. We do very much appreciate it, and we appreciate anyone who uses that link and discount code as well. Thank you. I was going to say K-Mag's going to thank us all by pulling off some amazing overtakes, but actually he's lost quite a lot of ground to Gasly, and he's got Albon right behind. I feel like something here hasn't quite gone to
Slow
plan.
down now.
We'll keep burning fuel because we've got a lot of fuel. We'll watch the ERS. How are we 3 seconds behind Gasly now? I guess there's just a slipstream here, like a DRS train that we just fell foul of. As long as we don't get done by Albon, who is catching. He is catching. We've hit him. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me?
Magnussen pushing a bit too hard at this point, and you can see how the cars come
We're
together.
not out though, surely. It's just damage. He's not
You
happy.
okay, Kev?
Yeah, my bad.
2 seconds.
That's.
There's been a crash.
I want to see this again.
Now Alex Albon
I
is
just don't
part
think
of
that
this.
was Magnussen's fault.
Not a lot of wiggle room here. And, oh, that's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact.
I just don't think that's Magnussen's fault. Albon's been penalised, yeah. Magnussen's lost 6 positions to that. I think there go our chance of points. Thing is though, I don't think our tyres... I'll check again in a sec. I don't think our tyres were affected too much by that. If we go standard here now. What are you doing, Kevin?
Now it looks like, yes,
Has he
it
just
is.
hit Albon
Alex
again?
Albon's involved in that.
He's
Here's
just
the
hit
replay.
Albon again. It's the aggressive defending, I reckon, does it. Oh wow, he actually went inside him then.
The cars coming together right there.
Albon went off. Caution for debris.
Okay, that might be the tyres. 5-second penalty for Magnussen as well. Albon's now pitted. Oh man, literally no luck. Literally no luck in this race. As soon as Pourchaire went out, I just felt like Magnussen would at some point as well. What do you do? What can you do? You have to tell them to be aggressive, otherwise they're just going to get swarmed. But you can't tell them to be too aggressive because they end up just crashing into everyone. As long as we can finish this race, we'll finish 16th. The 5-second penalty won't affect things right now. Joe's 18 seconds behind. Well, what a rotten stroke of luck. 10 laps to go. Tyres are fine. The one stopper was the one. That would have scored us points. That would have absolutely scored us points. And now it's gone catastrophically wrong. It's actually laughable. Oh, man. We got fuel to burn. We've got front wing damage, and in a minute we'll have ERS to use as well. We are gaining on Piastri, but not enough to make a difference. I don't think at this point anyone else is going to pit. The softs in front, though, they're looking a bit dodgy. But there's 3 laps, so they're not going to pit now. What a horrendous way to end the race, though. To hit him once is bad enough. To hit him twice. Yeah, safety car came at the totally the wrong time for us. Last lap. Go. Maybe should have turned this on a lap sooner. But...
Mode push.
That's Leclerc.
Yeah,
Charles
absolutely
Leclerc
killed
is
us, that
today's
safety
winner.
car. Came at the worst possible time. But we'll still finish ahead. I was wondering why we were going so fast then. We'll still finish ahead of Albon, who served his penalty as well, by the way. But what a killer. That is rough. Safety car came at the worst time for us. We could have capitalised on it if it came around our pit stop, but yeah, the cars in front took advantage of it, the cars behind took advantage of it, and then we just couldn't catch Gasly on the restart. Funny enough, Gasly finished 9th, so if we'd have stayed just behind him, that would have been points for us.
P16 curve.
Insane.
That was terrible.
God, he's a real potty mouth, isn't he, K-Mag? Absolutely atrocious mouth. But at the same time, I'm trying my hardest not to swear as well. That was awful. Great entertainment for the viewers, but terrible for me. In terms of sponsors, though, we should be pleasing them. We had a good pit stop. 4/10 slower than our seasonal best, but still good. And I'm gutted for poor Chair, because I don't think that was his fault at all. Yeah, he's been penalised for it as well. Harsh. Really harsh. Sponsor bonus, yep. We got it there. Performance targets. Excellent stuff. So they're happy. Hopefully the board are happy. Hopefully everyone's happy. Poor Chair's gone up 1. That's excellent. And Fittipaldi's gone up 1 as well. So those points should be allocated now to where they need to be. Design complete on the new rear wing. Design complete on the underfloor. So rear wing, we need 3 of these, preferably. Can we rush them? First one in 3 days, completion in 7. That'll be useful for Baku, which is in 25 days, apparently. Is that right? Was there really that big a gap? Apparently there was. Okay. Let's do it. And what was the other thing? It was underfloor, right? Yeah. We'll get 3 of those as well. And again, if we can rush them, we'll have all 3 done by Baku. Which we may stream. If there's enough demand for it, we'll happily do it. But like I said before, the best way to get us to keep streaming this series is to watch, like, share, all that good stuff. The more views we get, the more likes we get, the more we'll do this. And of course, please use our discount code. Link is in the chat and in the description. And if you use the code, where's the code? F1MRG, you can save 19% off the price of F1 Manager 2023. And a massive thank you to Fanatical. One more shout out for them at the top there for helping make that possible. You build 4 parts. Okay. Is it too late? It's probably too late to change that, right? No, it's not too late to change that. Excellent. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually. Then you've got a spare for each one. But yeah, that'll do it for today's stream, everybody. I'm not even bothering to look at the damage to the cars right now. That's something for future me to sort out. Thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, if you hit the like button, if you hit the share button, that really does help us out, and we really do appreciate it here at Racing Games. Head over to RacingGames.gg. You can read our review on F1 Manager. Hopefully there'll be a video version of that coming to the channel early next week. We've also got things like setup guides, best head of aero, best technical director, what are the other staff members? Technical chief, sorry. Best race engineers, best sporting director, and eventually we'll get the best young and experienced drivers as well. So do head over to RacingGames.gg. Link I think is in the description, but if it isn't, it's very easy. RacingGames.gg, and you can read all of our guides there as well, including my setup guide, which I think actually for the most part has worked quite well in this stream. I think I've demonstrated it quite well. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go watch quali and have a good time with that too. Hopefully the weather, I've not been able to check during the stream, but hopefully the weather is doing okay. Yeah. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully it's a good race on Sunday as well, and a good sprint race tomorrow. And until next time, take care.